The last thing I want to show you is with grading. So whether you're creating a new topic or you are editing an existing topic because you realize you do want to evaluate it online now, when you're creating or editing that discussion topic, this is where students can post. So far, I only showed you the properties tab, which was basically like, do you want it anonymous? Do you want it moderated? Do you want users to have to post before they can see other posts? All those things are off by default. If you want to evaluate it, then you'd actually have to go into the assessment tab as well. The assessment tab will allow you to connect it to a particular grade item. So if that already exists in your grade tool, that's where you want it to be captured at the end of the day, then you would connect that there. You would decide what you want to score, either a single post or a collection of user posts, what the total will be out of. And then you can decide whether you want to score the student holistically. You really just, you see all of their posts and you give them 1 score out of 20, or whether you want to evaluate all of their individual posts, and then the overall score can be based on either the sum of those posts or the average quality of those posts. Both of those are options here in terms of average or sum. Now, one thing I'll mention about sum is that it's not terribly intuitive either. So let's say that you were asking students to post at least 3 times, and combined total, they're going to get 20 points. If I said I wanted to evaluate individual posts and I wanted to use the sum of those posts for the 20, let me show you what that actually looks like. If I click Save and Close here, now I've already gone in before the workshop and I posted 5 or 6 times as a particular student. So we'll be able to see what that looks like. So let's say I'm ready now to start to evaluate. If I click on the arrow next to the discussion topic title, I would go to Assess Topic. So the Assess Topic option here. Then I can basically see a list of all of the students in my class. And each one has a thing that says topic score. And that's actually what I would click on to see all of their posts. So it does kind of aggregate them for you, so you don't have to go scrolling through every forum necessarily, or every, in this case, every thread in the discussion topic. So let's say I wanted to evaluate this student. I would click on their topic score, and you'll see what it does here. I have an overall feedback area, and I have a bunch of individual posts that I can evaluate. Remember when I was setting this up, I said the total is out of 20, but I said I did want to evaluate individual posts, and I did want the sum of those posts to be my total. So what you want to be careful to not do then is say, okay, well, this post is a 17, this post is a 10, this post is an 11, this post is a 15, this post is a 20, this post was only a 5. If I click update here, what it actually does is it just sums all those numbers and puts them out of 20. It doesn't it's the option that we picked, but it's not terribly intuitive, right? If you were going to use the sum option, what you would do instead, even though it says out of 20 here, you would really just put what they earned towards the total. Like if each post is worth up to 3 marks out of the 20, then you would go, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 kind of thing, right? In this case, we're going to be just a little bit short because that's not enough points possible. But so that is the sum of posts option. If I click back to edit that option, I can actually change my mind even now. If I click on edit topic, I go back to that assessment tab, and I say, wait a second, sum's not what I wanted. I just want it to be the average of all of their posts. And I click save and close. Now I can go back in, assess again. We'll also see how that's impacted this student though, right? I gave them all 3s and 4s. Well, now the average is 3.17 out of 20. That's not good anymore. If I wanted to do average, I would give them all scores out of 20, right? 15, 11, 17, 25. And when I click update now, I'll see an actual average of that. So You don't even have to grade individual posts, by the way. I didn't have to evaluate each post, right? But I do want to evaluate the whole of their posts in this particular discussion topic. I don't see an individual score out of 20 here each time now, but I do have an overall out of 20, right? And I can still provide my overall feedback. The last thing I'll say about this view, the good and the bad, I guess. The good is that it does show me all of their posts, right? The bad is that it doesn't show me whether or not it's a reply or what exactly they were replying to. A lot of the time, probably to grade them, you're going to need that context. But at least they provide you a link to that area. So because I can see that this was, for instance, a part of this thing called New Post 5, I can click on that. It'll open it in a new tab for me, but I can see the context of all of their posts, right? This was an original post. Actually, this was a reply to this post. Someone replied to them and then they replied back. When I'm back on that grading screen, you really don't get that context. It's kind of frustrating, but you can at least go and kind of launch into those discussions rather than going and just scrolling through every post to see if they replied. The other way that you can do that is by going under the course admin option. So if you go to course admin and then you go to class progress. But in particular, if I go in and I say, all right, Cassia, click on Cassia, then you can go tool by tool and you can kind of see a summary of their activity. So I would go into content to see if they viewed a page. In this case though, I would go to discussions and it shows me all of the different forums that they might post into. In particular, I can then drill down a little bit deeper into week 10 and I can say, okay, well, they didn't post there, but they did post in sample forum. They posted one new thread, they replied twice, and they read 2 other ones. So you can get a sense to give them some overall grading here as well.